Hi, everybody, and welcome to the MoneyMan, Money Boy, and Shake Show. Guys, welcome for the quarterfinals of the Euros and our predictions.
Yeah, still no more clarity by the Euros on what's going on. Whole pool of death out.
The whole, yeah. And we're like you say, no. The English will be really fancying their chances, but so will the Spanish. So will Italy, and so will Belgium, I think.
Well, what confuses me a little bit, just from a betting perspective, is that from the round of 16, I don't think anyone should be getting the odds that you've got England or Spain getting, which they've similar teams had in the round of 16. I just think, like we keep saying at knockout, sports is a different game, and anyone that punted on Spain last week would have lost a lot of money when it went to extra time, as they would have for a lot of the games.
You're just trying to blow your own horn because you told people not to bet on Spain.
Well, I'm telling people again not to bet on Spain. Look, I don't think Spain and England are two outright bets that I would avoid at 1.42 for England and 1.63 for Spain. For me, there's not enough value in a knockout game to take those. I'm not necessarily saying go and take the Ukraine at 7.88. Switzerland might not be a bad punt. 5.5, 1-1. Spain haven't, I don't know, besides that besides that 5-1 for 5-0 win over Slovakia, Spain had scored one goal up until then in the group stages. So I think a lot of historical kind of odds in play here. The game did go to extra time last week and everything. Those are two games I would definitely avoid.
Yeah, well, Spain, besides, they've scored 10 goals in their last two games. But you're right. I mean, they 1-1 draw with Poland and a 0-0 draw with Sweden. You'd be a brave man to call who's going to win this tournament, but I tend to disagree with you, as I often do. I like Spain to win this game. I think Switzerland's World Cup or Euro Cup was their shock upset of France. I don't know how much they're going to have left in the tank. It was an emotional game, and there's one rule I always stick is when someone has played a game which is their ultimate, because they've never advanced this far in the tournament. They're in uncharted waters. I like Spain to win this game and win it comfortably, by 2 goals or more. I don't know what you're thinking, Shakes.
No, I think you're on something with regards to saying that Spain could win this game 2-0. I think that 5-0 win over Slovakia gave them so much confidence that they now in a goal-scoring flow of things where they're now scoring goals for fun, and they showed it against Croatia. I think Switzerland as well, there's a feeling inside of me that's like they can't be underestimated, but I also do feel as though that I don't think Spain is going to take this game the way France did. When I watched France, there was a sense of arrogance that they had when they were playing, and I don't think Spain's going to come in with that attitude, and I think Spain will definitely win, and Switzerland had their final already against France.
I think it's going to be 1-1 over 90 minutes. Spain to win in extra time.
Okay, well, we have to listen to the snowflake generation, so there you go.
Okay, great.
Look, I like Spain. They won't believe their luck that they're playing Switzerland in a quarterfinal.
Yeah.
I think you're right, Shakes. The French arrogance after Pogba scored that goal, you could just I just shake my head at the celebrations of some of these young players today. I remember the good old days.
Yeah.
I remember the good old days, albeit in black and white, where someone scored and went back to the halfway line and gave a couple of high fives. But there was an arrogance amongst the French. I'd pick France to win by 2 or more, and they stole defeat out of the jaws of victory. Unbelievable. But I don't think Switzerland are going to get away with that again, and I like Spain to win this game convincingly tonight.
Okay.
Now, Belgium versus Italy.
Has there been any more clarity on the 2 injuries?
They're both a game time decision, aren't they? Hazard and De Bruyne. And without those players, Belgium are a different team.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it's a very simple thing. Without them, you can't. You got to punt on Italy.
Well, you have to, but Italy don't score. I mean,
Yeah.
who have Italy beaten? Let's be serious for a second. And yeah, Italy have who have they beaten?
They've beaten Wales. They've beaten
Austria. They've beaten Switzerland, and they've beaten Turkey.
They beat Austria. Yeah, exactly. They've beaten. But I mean, they've shown some really good. I think this is the toughest opponent that they'll have to face. But like Oliver said, with the injuries to Kevin De Bruyne, for example, it's a different side. I mean, you just saw how much of a factor that they played in the games before, and without them, you sort of think Italy stand a chance now, because this is not the strongest Belgium side if those players are not there.
What do you think the chances of either one of them lacing up their boots before the off?
I think one of them will. And Kevin De Bruyne probably will be on the bench. I mean, obviously, he came into the tournament with an injury, and then he picked up another injury as well. So there is maybe a good chance that maybe they might just be on the bench. But I think Italy as a team, I think they're a better unit than what Belgium is. Belgium, on the other hand, you say they sometimes rely on individual brilliance to sort of get them out of situations, whereas with Italy, it's like, no one's a superstar. They're all playing. They're all working for one another, and it's been going well for them. And I think they stand a good chance to win this game for sure.
Who have they played?
Who have they? They've beaten people who they've put in front of them. So I mean, they've beaten the opponents that they've put in front of them. So it's not to say you watch those games and you don't think Italy can't play. They don't concede goals as well. They score goals and they're playing really well. I mean, they've brought it from the qualifying rounds to the tournament now, and I do think that they can beat Belgium. I think they'll show it tonight, but I'm not saying they are going to beat Belgium. I'm not going to say that. So with the odds here, I'd probably place a bet on Romelu Lukaku to score. I think he definitely will score tonight. I'm trying to figure 2.92 are his odds on Betway. So those are some really good odds as well.
Yeah, I think if De Bruyne plays, and I think he will play, because I've got experience with severe ankles with sprains, playing basketball. When I used to play competitively, guys went down all the time with ankle sprains, and we didn't have the sort of medical staff that they have. And I've never seen a guy with a severe ankle sprain not play in a game of this nature. Yeah, you tape it up, you run on it. And you get an injection. And if if he's worth his salt, to be playing. And I think if De Bruyne plays, it's a different. You've got a different team.
Yeah, look, if De Bruyne plays, I like Belgium. They've been my favorite team at the tournament.
Yeah.
If he doesn't play, I think it's going to be a lot more scrappy and potentially similar to that Austrian game.
Yeah.
That Italy-Austria game, very physical. Couldn't separate the two sides until post the game. Let me make sure this is just connected here. Until post the 90 minutes. So yeah, I could see it being a 1-1 if De Bruyne doesn't play over 90 minutes, and then extra time is obviously a different story. But if De Bruyne does play, I like Belgium 2-1. Either way, Belgium are going to score, and I think Lukaku will score 2. Shakes, I'm with you on that one. They've scored in 34 consecutive matches. He's on fine form. So
yeah, I'll tell you, I like a 0-0 draw in this game.
Okay.
An extra time.
What? What?
I've said crazier things, Shay. Come on now.
Yeah, no, that is fair. But I know that is fair. But Italy and Belgium 0-0 for 90 minutes.
I just think you've got it. I think you got.
Like this.
I think you got two teams that they're going to play not to lose.
Yeah, no, I get that thinking. There's no denying that I do get that thinking in terms of they'll probably both play not to lose or not to at least concede the first goal. But still, with so much talent on the pitch, surely not 0-0, right?
Well, what are the odds on a 0-0 draw, Shakes?
So what, does the correct score 0-0?
Yeah.
I'm trying to find it now.
I think maybe 5-1 at best.
5-1 at best.
It says probably it's sitting at like 7-8 to 1.
Oh wow, 5.09.
Ah, I know what I'm talking about usually. So 5-1. Yeah. I don't often get it right,
Yeah, no,
obviously.
you do.
Unless you're in my fund.
Are you gonna place? Are you gonna place a bet on that? By the way, are you gonna place a bet on 0-0?
Just a tickle. Just a chinny chin chin.
Just I hope the Friday night doesn't go that way. But yeah, I can see. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I would imagine 0-0 is a favorite scoreline there.
I think there's going to be goals. I really do. I think there's going to be goals. There might not be too many goals because both these teams hardly do concede many. But there definitely has to be goals. You look at the quality on the pitch: Immobile, Lukaku, Locatelli, Kevin De Bruyne if he's there. Torgan Hazard scored that brilliant goal against Portugal as well. There definitely has to be goals in this game.
Yeah. Something that I think is definitely worth sticking into your multi, or even putting as an outright bet. I think the odds are 1.94. I've included in a multi bet is a halftime draw between the two sides.
Okay.
Because I could see it either being a 1-1 at halftime or a 0-0.
I just popped up in my mind with the Switzerland-Spain game. Switzerland's talisman, the captain, I think it's Xhaka.
Xhaka.
Yeah,
he's not playing.
He's suspended for this game, and he is a big piece of that Swiss puzzle.
Especially when it comes to getting them booking points.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's another reason why I like Spain. But let's get back to Italy, Belgium. I just don't see each team going for it, and Italy are knockout masters. It's almost as if they're happy to win in penalties.
Look, this is a great. This is the kind of game that would have been a great final. As a lot of these games so far have. It's been very weird, the kind of draws that we've been getting. Where you've got the teams that faced each other in the round of 16, for instance. Like big teams facing each other. That could have been a semi, could have been a final. But Belgium, sort of the best team in the world. At the moment, had a very good competition so far. But Italy, like first return to top flight international tournaments after missing the World Cup. Very similar stats to Belgium, I think, like pretty much inseparable stats in the build-up in terms of matches won, matches lost, goals scored. So yeah, it makes for very interesting clash tonight. It's two teams that you would have wanted to go through further than a quarterfinal. I don't know.
Yeah, no.
Not that adds much value to anything wise. I'm going off on a bit of a tangent here, but
okay, we're desperate for content. So let's on these two games tonight. What are your scores, guys? I'm going Spain 2, Switzerland 0.
I'm going 1-1.
Yeah. Shakes.
Wow, I would say Spain 2-1. Spain 2-1.
And Belgium, Italy, I'm going to say 0-0 with.
I'll say Spain 2-1 to win.
Okay, yeah. Okay. And Italy, Belgium.
Italy, Belgium. Me or is it Oliver?
You.
Oh, okay. Okay, Belgium versus Italy. I will say 2-1 Italy.
Okay, we'll throw that one out the window, folks. Ali?
I'm going to go 2-1 to Belgium. De Bruyne is playing. If he's not, I think it could end up 1-1 over 90 minutes.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe you can just get back live and give us the score 5 minutes before the game ends.
Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter.
I like 0-0. I don't think there's going to be a lot of goals, but that's the sport of betting.